No, I'm trying to get everything sorted out. Yes, all the menus, all the menus. I know we've got the whole week to sort out. Everybody's going to be there. The whole NEC is coming. Well, of course, it's my food. Dankie, dankie. Now, remember, we talked about grapefruit tonic, no alcohol. Pineapple chili and even a lemon and ginger. Yes, and then we must get the starter. Ach, my lieve aarde. Do you know my grandchildren didn't watch President Zuma's speech? And when I said to them, what did you think of his speech? They didn't know what I was talking about. So I told them. And then I said, imagine Richard Nixon sitting in the White House and saying about Watergate, well, I'm afraid I made a mistake and I'm terribly sorry, but I had bad legal advice. Oh, near me, he was fired. And then imagine King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette coming out of Versailles and saying to all the people, gosh, we didn't realize it was actually the wrong interpretation of the Constitution. We're terribly sorry. They cut off their heads. Of course, my grandchildren didn't know what I was talking about. They thought I was referring to Game of Thrones or House of Cards. What? Ja, wag. Nee. Cucumber soup. I've got it down here. Cucumber soup, page 43. And then the chicken and mealie soup is always very useful. Roast the beetroot. You do it well. Roast the beetroot. Mesa, I'm not very depressed about all of this because, quite frankly, I've been here before. I mean, you must remember, I went through the National Party government and all the presidents, and of course there was terrible things that were happening there. We were accused of crimes against humanity. Of course, we called them communists and terrorists. And then every now and then, one or two members of the so-called white opposition would complain, and we'd just say, I'm terribly sorry, we didn't know. We were influenced by somebody who was in the pay of the communists in Moscow, no? Because there was no media. We controlled everything. No internet, no Twitter, no tweet, no breaking news. Yeah, lean beef, please. Lean beef, and you'll find that in the other cookery book on page 103. And no, Tim Noakes, don't answer his calls. Well, look at me. I'm surrounded by all my very, very important realities as the chief chef at Lutuli House. So let me bring you into my kitchen and explain what this is all about. Here I am in my kitchen. I'm in charge. I'm number one. No? I have got my cookbook, which is my constitution. Now, everything in this cookbook has to be read very carefully because it is the correct way to do things. No? Recipes. If I make up the recipes or ignore them, I make bad food, I make flops, and I am fired from my job. Of course, today it's very easy in politics. You don't have to do service delivery. And then, of course, when the real cinnamon cake. Oh, sorry, I meant cinnamon carrot cake, please. Ja, melktert en koeksis. Dis ag liewe aarde, hulle het sulke soet tande. No, listen, I must be honest with you. I don't think President Zuma made a bad speech, considering how many people had written that speech. I suppose it reminded me of the time that I also had to apologize for putting salt into the cake mixture instead of sugar. Yeah, well, that was a crisis. We don't quite know what's going to happen here. You know, I've got so many, I've got to feed them all in the next few days because the country's on the edge of a precipice and they all want to eat well. Who's looking after the Canderel for the Women's League, ne? And Jelly Babies for the Youth League, and who's looking after Gwedi Mantashe? Gwedi Mantashe is on salads and fruit all week. Don't let him bully you. Don't let him bully you. Oh, you know, in the old South Africa, we used to blame the communists. Now, of course, the government is the communists. Well, that's more or less all my menus sorted out. Now, let's get down to business. What is in the news?
Evita, and you know what we mean. Evita, always on the scene. Evita, Besaida, no, Evita should be queen.